we need to talk about E10 Fuel. Because from July 1st E5, the existing blend will be no more. Let's take a step back. What is E5 and E10? The number refers to the percentage of ethanol in the fuel blend. E5 is made up to 5% renewable ethanol, E10 made up of up to 10%. Bioethanol is a type of alcohol that can be manufactured from plant waste such as from sugar beet and wheat. The more of this in the mix, the better it is for the environment, apparently. So why should we care? Well, for the most part, we really don't need to. The vast majority of cars in Ireland will run on this fuel with no discernible difference. You might see your fuel economy a little worse, but not by much. That we will keep an eye on. But otherwise, for most people with cars 20 years old or younger, there is nothing to see here. And if you like, you can ignore the rest. But there are some owners that do need to pay attention, but it isn't a doomsday scenario painted in some quarters. Over on the AA website, you will find a list of cars that are potentially not perfectly compatible with an E10 fuel blend. These include a handful of FSI engines from the Volkswagen Group, some older Renault models, some old Alphas and Fiats, but beyond that, not too much to worry about. And even when we contacted these manufacturers, they told us that the cars will run fine on E10, but you might need to keep a closer eye on some components during the regular service. Classic car owners do have legitimate concerns for a few reasons. The higher the ethanol blend, the less really old cars like it. Ethanol is hygroscopic, which means that it absorbs water from the atmosphere, and that water in turn can find its way into your car. It can lead to condensation in fuel tanks, fuel lines and carburetors, and cause corrosion in brass, copper, lead, tin and zinc components. Ethanol is also a solvent. It can eat through rubber, plastic and fiberglass, so hoses and seals are likely to perish more quickly because of the higher concentration of ethanol in E10. For now, classic car owners are advised to potentially look at replacing fuel lines and other components that might suffer through prolonged use of E10. Users of older motorbikes should also be cautious. The same is true of many of your lawnmowers. There are additives on the market such as Win's E10 Protector. We don't know do they work, but they are sold in places like Halfords for around €15, and this will get you around 5 tanks worth. They promise to counteract any negative effects E10 might have on older vehicles. Even brands like Ferrari told us that they have no huge concerns over E10 once the owners are aware that there might be some more attention to be paid during service intervals. So, is there a huge cause for concern? We would say no. If you service your car regularly and don't leave it sitting idle for long periods of time, even cars which haven't been homologated for E10 should be fine. If you have a classic car or motorbike that you do intend to leave idle for longer spells, draining the fuel tanks could be advisable before storing. Initially, the blends of E10 on sale here are likely to be quite low in ethanol anyway. If you have a concern, speak to your dealer or technician who will advise. And you can check out www.theAA.ie/E10.